Investing in the stock market is one way you can get rich. Just go ask the world's third richest man, Warren Buffett. He made his $89 billion entirely through the stock market. But generally speaking, I do not believe the stock market is a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes years and years of buying good quality stocks at fair prices before you see that wealth. And I've just mentioned the key to investing in the stock market, and that is first, buying good quality businesses. Remember, a stock is just a business, and if you own a strong business over the long term, it's going to make you a lot of money, as long as you don't pay an inordinate price for it. You want to pay a price that is below the value of the business, or at least a price at fair value to the business. One of the biggest mistakes beginner investors make is getting ripped off at the marketplace and paying a lavish price. So anyway, that's what we're going to go over in this video, and that is the 5 stocks that are first of all great quality businesses at a fair or cheap price. So the first and obvious question that you should ask me is, Cooper, you've titled this video the top 5 stocks for 2020. How do you know that these are the top 5 stocks for this year? My answer is, I'm not picking these stocks. I've chosen these stocks from 5 well-known expert investors. And we're going to start off with the stock that Warren Buffett has the majority of his portfolio in. It's called Berkshire Hathaway, and it accounts for pretty much all of Warren Buffett's net worth. Now, what is Berkshire? It's formerly known as a conglomerate holding company. Basically, it's just a company that invests in a whole lot of different stocks and full businesses. Who is the person that chooses what stocks that Berkshire invests in? That would be Warren Buffett. He invests by far the majority of Berkshire's money, and he's got great investors alongside him as well that invest small amounts. So straight away, if you invest in Berkshire stock, you own a bunch of great companies that has been directly chosen from Warren Buffett. Stocks like Coca-Cola, Apple, Bank of America, Southwest Airlines, and fully owned companies like Geico, NetJets, See's Candy, Duracell, etc. A bunch of good quality businesses. And this is one thing that a lot of people get wrong. Berkshire shares are affordable to pretty much everyone. So their Class A shares, they're $300,000, which have voting rights. You don't need voting rights in the decisions of the company. Just buy the Class B shares instead, which have no voting rights, and they're only $220 to give you a piece in this amazing investing company. Okay, I want to move on to a guy whom everyone knows as a rich businessman. But the fact of the matter is, he's an extremely smart investor as well. One of my favorite stocks in his portfolio is his second largest position, called Waste Management. They're a pretty easy company to get your head around. They dispose of waste. Simply put, they have a vast network of waste services. This includes 346 transfer stations, 293 landfill disposal sites, 146 recycling plants, and 111 beneficial use land gas projects. And, that's one of the things I like about Waste Management, and that's the fact that not only are you getting your hands on an amazing business, but it's a business that's adding value to the world. It's creating a positive impact in the world. They make money from collecting and disposing waste. They make money from improving the environment. And they make good money as well. $478 million of free cash flow in Q3 2019. Increased revenue growth. Increased cash from operations. Revenues are up. I don't mind the numbers at all. So for $114, you can get your hands on a piece of Waste Management stock. And the other thing I need to mention is they pay a nice dividend, $2.05, which gives it a yield of 1.8%. It's not a massive amount, but it's not bad at all. Shares have been doing well lately, going up in price over the last year, and they're quite a big company with a market cap of $48 billion. Now, I want to take you to a stock across the world. As you know, with investing, one of the keys is to diversify your portfolio. And I think it's wise with countries as well. A stock that I personally own and use to expose myself to the Chinese market is Alibaba. Alibaba is China's largest company whose business is engaged in a whole lot of modern day fields, the likes of retail, e-commerce, the internet, and technology. So here's a cheeky look into the e-commerce side of Alibaba's business model. Remember, e-commerce is the modern way of buying things. Back in the day, everyone used to go to a physical store. Now the game is changing and they buy things online. A few clicks and the items at their front door. It's just more efficient. So you've got the likes of Taobao, Tmall, which is for Chinese consumers and businesses. Then you've got AliExpress for global consumers. Then you've got Alibaba.com, which is for wholesale buyers and manufacturers. And also they own companies like Lazada, which dominates e-commerce throughout the rest of Asia. Anyway, they're a company that I've made a decent chunk of change on. Year to date, they're up 57%. But really the key when it comes to Alibaba is the trade war. So if Trump can sort things out with the Chinese, we could see some great things happen with this stock in 2020. So I've just given you 3 stocks owned by some of the best investors in the world. Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, and Bill Gates, an underrated investor. But now I'm going to talk about someone who has a great record for when times get tough and the market is volatile. That someone is Michael Burry, who was made famous for the vast amounts of money he made from the 2008 recession. One stock that he has bet very big on lately is a stock called GameStop, ticker symbol GME. GameStop, simply put, is a video game, consumer electronics, and gaming merchandise retailer. Now, they're a stock that's been hit pretty badly over the past couple of years. As you can see, they're down almost 90% because people tend to be downloading games online instead of buying the physical version. Also, they're a cyclical business, and right now they're near the end of the release cycles. As you can see, they did really well in 2008 with the release of the PS3, the Xbox 360, and the Wii. Then the next cycle, the PS4 came out, the Xbox One, and then later the Nintendo Switch in this current cycle. Which brings me on to the reason why GameStop may potentially be a good stock for 2020, because it's around now when the new cycle starts. And it's expected that the PS4 and the Xbox One will get replaced and the new console cycle begin. But this is one of the more riskier stocks out of the 5, so make sure your portfolio is adequately spread with stronger companies like stocks 1 to 3 in this video. Now I want to talk about the richest man in the world. A guy by the name of Jeff Bezos. What's the stock that Bezos has the vast majority of his wealth in? Amazon. Amazon is a killer of a business these days. They're dominating the market share when it comes to e-commerce. It's not even close. As you can see, 49.1% compared to the next bestseller, eBay, at 6.6%. Also, their cloud/web services business, it's on fire, making quarterly revenue of almost $9 billion in the later stages of 2019. It's a business that is high growth and taking advantage of the modern world where people are doing things online and using technology more and more. And that's why this business has been killing it lately when it comes to price. Just 10 years ago, the price was $130, and today they're almost $1,200 because they're taking advantage of future trends. The other nice thing is that Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, has also bought into the stock in 2019. So obviously there's smart investors out there that do not mind the stock at all. Let's just say that. So I've just given you 5 great quality stocks owned by 5 very smart investors in 2020. And this is one of the keys when it comes to investing. And that is, have a guide. You can go head first and invest in a stock that you think will do well. Or you can analyze the stocks that the experts are buying, what they think a good stock is. Then do your own research and buy. So you can use experts like these. My personal favorite is Warren Buffett, and also Sven Carlin, because he shares a lot of information online and with stocks and what his portfolio is looking like. So I'll leave a link to the description where you can find that. He's got a free comprehensive stock market course, which I personally recommend. Anyway, 2020, I think it's going to be a very interesting year in the stock market, with the elections coming up, with the trade war, with 12 years of bull market. Let's see what happens. But as long as you buy good quality stocks at fair prices and you don't panic when times are tough, over the long term, you will make money.